Welcome to our channel. Have you noticed that the office has been feeling a little bit too quiet lately? It is not just the post-lunch food coma or the fact that everyone is working from home. If you look closely at those internal job boards, something strange is happening. Last year, a company might have been looking for 3 assistants, 2 customer service reps, and 2 copywriters. Today, that same company is looking for exactly 1 operations specialist. The job description is 3 pages long, the requirements are through the roof, but the salary is exactly the same. The tasks haven't vanished, but the need for a human to do them has. Welcome to the era where AI is not just a tool, but a silent recruiter that is slowly deleting the middle class of the workforce. We are diving deep today into why the most dangerous place to be right now is being a good, steady, average employee. You might have heard the term B-level employee. These are the people who show up, do their work, don't cause trouble, but aren't exactly reinventing the wheel. According to experts, these are the people currently in the crosshairs of the AI revolution. Recruiters with decades of experience, like Jeff Hyman, say that while low performers are usually shown the door quickly, mid-level employees are sleepwalking into a trap. They're busy polishing their LinkedIn profiles while AI is nibbling away at their job descriptions line by line. The tech giants are already leading the charge. Companies like Dell are restructuring their commissions to reward the superstars while cutting the pay for those who just hit their basic quotas. Meta is shifting its bonus structures to favor the top tier, and Amazon is scrutinizing every single employee's individual impact. It is a concept borrowed from marketing called customer segmentation, but now it is being applied to people. Leaders are concentrating all their resources on the MVPs, the ones they deem strategically important, while the rest are left in a very vulnerable position. This is a massive shift from the pandemic era, when the philosophy was that everyone has potential. That was a lot of talk, but now the big players are rewarding the people who actually deliver results, much like professional sports teams pay the star players. In many large organizations, only about 10 to 20% of employees are these miracle working superstars, and another 10 to 20% are the low performers. The vast majority are the reliable worker bees, the ones who get the work done, but they cannot all be Mark Zuckerberg. And that is where the problem lies. Let us talk about the 5 types of jobs that are currently shrinking faster than a cheap wool sweater in a hot dryer. First on the list is template-based and low-level content rewriting. For years, a lot of content roles were just about taking the same information and spinning it in 10 different ways. You take a product description and turn it into a social media post, then a blog snippet, then an email header. It looks like writing, but it is actually just formatting. This is exactly what AI is built for. It follows a set tone and structure with 0 complaints. Companies aren't just using AI to save a writer. They are restructuring the entire workflow. They generate the bulk of the content with AI and then hire one person to check for brand consistency and legal issues. If you are just a person who finishes tasks rather than someone who defines the strategy, your salary is going to get squeezed until you are basically a freelancer competing with a machine. Second, we have the customer service representatives. If your job involves following a script to reset passwords or track orders, you are in the high exposure zone. Anthropic's research shows that customer service roles have a 70.1% exposure rate to AI automation. When a company realizes that 70% of their calls can be handled by an AI that doesn't get tired or angry, they don't need a massive call center anymore. The remaining 30% of cases get harder and more emotionally draining, but the pay does not necessarily go up because the person is still seen as replaceable. Third is the world of routine administration and data entry. This is the hidden backbone of many offices, involving moving data from system A to system B or transcribing meeting notes. It is time-consuming and prone to human error. AI, however, does not get bored and does not miss a decimal point. Administrative roles are disappearing quietly. When someone leaves, the company doesn't hire a replacement. They just tweak the workflow, connect 2 software systems, and give the leftover tasks to someone else. The entry-level administrative job, which used to be a safe way to start a career, is vanishing within a 3-year window. Fourth, we have basic translation and subtitling. People used to think the value was in the language itself, but most of the market just wants speed and low cost. For internal memos or video captions, good enough is often enough. AI provides the draft, and a human does a quick fix. Unless you are working in high-stakes fields like legal, medical, or patent law, where one wrong word causes a lawsuit, the floor is falling out from under the general translator. Finally, we have basic graphic design and template-based production. Many companies don't need a masterpiece. They just need a social media post that fits the brand guidelines. When AI can generate endless variations of a layout in seconds, the need for a team of junior designers who just swap out images and text disappears. The industry is shifting toward people who understand conversion rates and user behavior rather than just people who know how to use Photoshop. The most shocking part of the latest research from Anthropic is that this is not just hitting low-wage workers. In fact, it is the opposite. The people with the highest risk are the ones with college degrees and higher salaries. We are talking about computer programmers whose tasks have a 74.5% exposure rate. We are talking about financial analysts at 57.2%, market researchers at 64.8%, and even information security analysts. The traditional path of getting a degree and landing a comfortable white-collar job is becoming a high-risk gamble. Let us look closer at the demographics. High-exposure groups have 23.8% more bachelor's degrees and 12.8% more master's degrees than the low-exposure groups. They also earn an average of 47% more per hour for young people aged 22 to 25. The door is already starting to close. Data shows that while overall unemployment hasn't spiked yet, the rate of young people entering these high-exposure fields dropped by about 14% in 2024. They are accumulating expensive degrees for jobs where the hiring entrance is shrinking before they even graduate. So, who is safe? The research points to jobs that require being physically present or moving physical objects. We are talking about chefs, bartenders, mechanics, and construction workers. These roles currently have almost zero exposure to the current generation of large language models because you cannot use a chatbot to fix a motorcycle or serve a drink in a bar. These professions won't see a major shift until humanoid robots become common and affordable, but for the rest of us in the white-collar world, the survival strategy must be proactive. You have to move from being a person who completes a process to a person who is responsible for a result. This means honing skills AI cannot touch yet, like mature judgment, deep client relationship management, and the ability to navigate through high levels of uncertainty. It is about becoming AI ready. Being AI ready means building a data foundation that AI can actually use. Companies like VPON are showing that the future isn't just about using a chatbot, but about creating AI agents that can handle reporting, insights, and audience segmentation. For an individual, this might mean learning how to build and manage these AI agents yourself. Instead of being afraid that an AI will replace you, you should be the one showing your boss the AI agent you built to make your department more efficient. The value of data is also changing. AI's decision quality depends on how fresh and well-defined the data is. If you can be the person who manages these data pipelines and ensures the AI is producing reliable results, you create a professional moat. We are seeing tools like reporting agents that allow managers to ask questions in natural language, or audience agents that find new customers through complex association analysis. If your job was just to make those reports or find those customers manually, your role is being automated into a few seconds of processing time. The middle child syndrome in the corporate world is real, and the safety net is being pulled away. The gap between the stars and the average is widening. If you stay in the middle, you are essentially a free agent waiting to be replaced by a script. But for those who can step up and become the strategists and the problem solvers, there is still a way forward. It is time to stop sleepwalking and start evolving. The market is shifting from looking for people who can do the work to looking for people who can manage the tools that do the work. Your current job might look safe today, but you need to honestly assess how much of your day is spent on repeatable processes versus making critical judgments. If you are just a human router for data, you are at risk. But if you are the one deciding what to do, why to do it, and how to adjust based on the results, you are building a future-proof career. Thank you for watching. If you found this insight helpful, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like to help us bring you more deep dives into the changing world of work.